Hello everyone, and welcome to this recording. I decided to give it a go because, just learned of something interesting while using the injector and Unreal Objects dumper. So you've all seen the post on Fearless Revolution forums that basically tells you how to run the injector and how the DL gets into the game, how to use the console, and so on and so forth. So let's try and do this on my end. Just double click the injector, it runs, it tells you that the DLL was injected into the game process, press any key to continue, and now you're done. Once in here, in the game, if you press the tilde key one time, you have the small console, press it again, you have the big console, press it a third time, it's gone. So, let's go in game, we'll just use a manual save that I have here. Because I did some tests, I ran some tests earlier, and the autosave will contain those modifications, and I don't want to show those. So I'm here in game. The first thing we want to do once in the game world, we want to press the numpad slash just so the text files are generated one more time. And when I say text files, I mean these files. As you can see, they were generated 2 minutes ago. And now I press the slash key. Then take a look in the folder and we see that they were generated at 2:45 a.m. which is the late hour at which I'm recording this. Now, the next thing that we want to do in here is to look for cheat manager references. And we can see the default engine stuff. Engine cheat manager, engine cheat manager. But we also want to look for the game's cheat manager. The game is called Indiana, apparently. That's what they named it. And we want to find Indiana cheat manager references. So I'm going to take this, look for it, and that's pretty much what we see in here. We also see that the cheat manager has been instantiated. We have an object, a persistent level object, having been created here, which is part of our player controller. And these are pretty much the functions that the developers left in, which are drop all items debug. And as you can see, the drop all items debug function requires one parameter, which is b split stacks. Then we have GivePlayerAllItems. You'll see what this does. And then we have loot table debug, which requires two parameters, the number of times and the loot table. Then we also have a function called setLevelNPC, and it takes in one parameter, which is an integer, and that's new level. So the first thing I tried was drop all items debug. I tested it with the boolean value being 1. As you can see here, it says bool property. When I tested it with boolean value being 1, the game froze, and that is because the stacks, I think, were asked to be split, and not all of the items that I have in my possession can be split. So I decided to give it another go, and I use 0. What this function will do, drop all items debug, is to drop everything that you have in your inventory. So I currently have 270 items in my inventory, and there are 4 pages that you can take a look at here. So let me use God first, just so I can go through this without taking damage. And then we'll just find a flat piece of ground and do this. You can just, copy paste it. Copy, paste it, 0, and this is what happens. Now if you take a look inside your inventory, you're at 1 in terms of values. So of course you can just, recollect everything. And you can also see the numbers that are inside each of the stacks. So earlier when I pressed the E key and I was moving fast, there was a stack that had like 643 items. So I think that when I first tested this function out, choosing 1 as the parameter kind of had to unsplit that stack of 643 items into individual items, so that's why the game froze. Of course, duh. Okay, almost there. Yeah, I'm just sadistic like that. I dropped everything out of my inventory just to, you know, pick it all back up. Okay. 3 of these, 1 revolver, earrings 3. Okay, so I have everything back in. Let's see, 270 out of 290. Okay. Another reason why I chose to show this one first, so let's run it again. Okay, everything's down there. Another reason for this is there's a function called GivePlayerAllItems. What this function will do is, and as you can see the game is saving my progress, is to give you apparently all of the items, but considering your backpack does not have enough room, well, you will not get all of them. And when I say all of the items, I also mean all of the quest-related items and all of the crap that you see on screen. So, let's take a look at our inventory. We have 974 items out of 290, apparently. So, these are the guns. As you can see, they're not all at your level. I think. Level 11. Okay. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. Alright, let's try one. Let's use this baton. Then let's also use this knife. Okay, I'll put it here. Then use this axe, and then hopefully, well, I can't use that. This gun. Alright, let's see if everything works. So, 1, 2. Okay, 3, 4. And it also, boom, cool. But since I have 974 items in my backpack, I cannot move that fast. Gun mode is enabled, so let's give this a go. I'm assuming I can do the same thing with dropping all of the items out of my inventory. Come on, Primal Behemoth. The damage is crappy on this one. Okay, let's try something else. Okay, better damage. And then let's use the hammer. Hello. And shut up. Okay. So that's pretty much what the function does. I'm pretty sure that you may want to give player all certain items, not all of them. I'm not sure if we go through the other menus, you'll see that you have, I think, almost all of the clothing. From top to bottom, there's also some stuff, like for example, this stuff that isn't valid. In some of the menus it says, let's see. Okay, apparently it is valid, but it doesn't have an icon. And it does update the hands at least. Okay. Maybe this is some stuff that the NPCs use? I don't know. Okay, so the heads do work. Yep. baseball hat, whatever. I don't understand why. Chef's hat, eye patch. So, well, you got everything in here. In this menu, I think you have all of the consumables. As you can see, it says invalid 122 game items. Then invalid 221 game items. I don't know what the hell this is. Something related to TNL. Maybe some stuff that was not yet finished. Then you have all of the mods in here. And some invalid ones to play with. Then armor parts. But how many? It doesn't say. Maybe I'm blind. Alright. And then in here you have all of the quests. All the quest items, actually. So, what I was saying is, maybe you do not want everything that is being displayed in here. Reason being, it might break some stuff in the game progress, which you may not want to happen. So I'm pretty sure that at some point someone on Fearless Revolution forums will say, well, I just want to, you know, give player all items, but not these items, the quest ones. And at that point in time, I will say, well, try and debug the function yourself and see if you manage to just give the player only some items, not all of the items. We'll try to do that myself, but if I delve too deep into the function code, then maybe, and I will find it unreasonable for me to waste that much amount of time to just, you know, filter stuff out, then maybe this won't be possible, at least from my end. If anyone else wants to have a go at this, well, be my guest. At least now you know how to get all of the stuff here. Let's see if it can drop properly. Drop all items, debug 0. Okay. Game is lagging out. What the hell is this? Pickup sign. So I think give player all items also gives you prop stuff. As you can see, pick up colorful lights. What the hell? Prismatic hammer. Huh. What I think you can do though, well, as you can see, the engine drops only what's not equipped. So, and I think, I don't know why this one wasn't dropped. Maybe it's because it has some property or something. But I think, or maybe it's because this is the default gun that you get in the beginning of the game. What I was going to say is, I think you can give yourself everything that you see in this stack here, but then you'll just have to, you know, pile out. Like, for example, if you want the prismatic hammer, just click on it, press E, and then, you know, you get the hammer. You have it here. So that way, this is the hammer, and you can use it. So that way, you probably will not break the game if you have all of the quest items dropped on the ground. Inferno Scythe. And of course, probably cannot use this, or I can. Yeah, I can. Cool. Well, that's about it, folks. Not much more to say about this demo. There's a different other side here on the ground. Candy Cane, Inferno Scythe Gold. What's interesting is the game just lets me use them without checking my actual level. And I'm level 4, and this is a society of level 29. So, use this at your own risk. Make sure to keep a backup of your save game if you want to go through these. There isn't any function in here that allows you to, just spawn them out of thin air onto the ground. So the only thing you can do about it is just give all of the items to the player and then drop them on the ground. Just pretty much, yeah, drop them on the ground. Then pick up from the pile everything that you want to use, like this one. Oh, this is a machine gun. Oh, okay. And, well, I don't know how exactly to tell you to clean up this pile, just so you get back all of the items that you basically wanted for your progress. But, well, if I figure out a way to just give the player some stuff, or only guns, or only single-handed weapons, or dual-handed weapons, so on and so forth, I'll let you know. But for now, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Sign out.